Listening 80. Listen and point.
Lake, mountain, waterfall, ocean, wide, big, deep, high, ocean, deep, mountain, high, lake, wide, waterfall, big.
Hello! I've got a quiz for you today.
Great!
What's the highest mountain in the world?
Mount Everest!
That's right. What's the biggest ocean in the world?
It's the Pacific Ocean.
That's right. What's the fastest animal in the world?
A mouse!
No, a mouse isn't the fastest animal. The fastest animal in the world is a cheetah.
No, a mouse! Look! Ha ha ha! Now Amy is the fastest student in the class.
Listening 83. Listen and point.
Sand, pond, plant, tent, lamp, camp.
Listen and repeat.
Sand, pond, plant, tent, lamp, camp.
Listening 85. Listen and point.
Building, country, bridge, river, old, long, river, long, bridge, old, country, building.
Listen and repeat.
Building, country, bridge, river, old, long.
Listening 86. Listen and read.
Here are some of the world's records. There are many interesting facts.
The Gigantia temples are in Malta. The temples are over 5,500 years old. They are the oldest temples in Europe. The longest bridges over water are the two bridges over Lake Pontchartrain in the USA. The bridges are nearly 24 miles long. You can't see land from the middle of the bridges. Russia is the biggest country in the world. It is 17,075,400 square kilometres. That is 12.5% of the Earth's surface. In Russia, there are 11 different time zones. Russia is between Europe and Asia. The longest river in the world is the Nile. The Nile is 6,650 kilometres long. The Nile flows through 9 countries in Africa. The last country is Egypt. From Egypt, it flows into the Mediterranean Sea.
Listening 87. Listen and complete the table. Number 1.
What's the biggest lake in Egypt?
Is it Lake Nasser?
Yes, it is. What's the longest river in Egypt?
The Nile.
Yes. What's the highest mountain in Egypt?
Mount Catherine.
That's right.
Number 2.
What's the biggest lake in Spain?
Is it Lake Sanabria?
Yes, it is. What's the longest river in Spain?
The Tagus.
That's right. What's the highest mountain in Spain?
It's Mount Tide.
Yes.
Number 3.
What's the biggest lake in Brazil?
Is it Lake Patos?
Yes, it is. What's the longest river in Brazil?
The Amazon.
That's right. What's the highest mountain in Brazil?
Is it Fog Peak?
Yes, it is.
Number 4.
What's the biggest lake in the UK?
It's Loch Ness.
That's right. What's the longest river in the UK?
Oh, I don't know that.
The longest river in the UK is the Severn. What's the highest mountain in the UK?
Is it Ben Nevis?
Yes, it is. Very good.
Listening 88. Listen, read and say. Number 1.
Excuse me, where's the cinema?
It's next to the museum.
Can you tell me the way to the museum, please?
Sure. Turn left at the post office.
Number 2.
OK. Where's the post office?
Turn right, then go straight on. You can't miss it.
Great. Thanks.
Listening 89. Listen and complete the sentences. Number 1.
Excuse me. Can you help me, please?
Yes, of course.
Where's the library?
Number 2.
The library? It's next to the playground.
Can you tell me the way to the playground, please?
Sure. Turn left at the museum.
Number 3.
OK. Where's the museum?
It's over there. It's next to the cafe.
Oh, yes. I can see it now.
Number 4.
So, turn right at the museum, go straight on, then turn left. The playground is on the right. You can't miss it.
Great. Thanks very much.
No problem.
Listening 90. Listen and read.
Stone soup. Some travellers arrived in a small village one day. They were tired and hungry, but they didn't have any food. They only had a large pot. The travellers asked the villagers for some food, but the villagers didn't trust the travellers, and they didn't want to share their food. The travellers were disappointed, but they had a plan. They filled their pot with water, dropped a large stone into it, and put the pot on a fire in the village square. Then the travellers sat down around the fire and waited. Soon a woman came to the square. "What are you doing?" she asked. "We're making stone soup," said the travellers. "It's very tasty, but we really need some herbs to put in it." "I've got some herbs," said the woman. "Can you give us some of your herbs?" the travellers asked. "Then we will share our soup with you." The woman took a small bunch of fresh herbs from her basket and dropped it into the pot. She sat with the travellers and they talked while they waited for the soup to cook. After a while, a man came to the square. "What are you doing?" he asked. "We're making stone soup," said the travellers. "It's delicious, but we really need some meat to put in it." "I've got some meat," said the man. "Can you give us some of your meat?" the travellers asked. "Then we will share our soup with you." The man put some meat into the pot. Then he sat with the travellers and the woman, and they all talked while they waited for the soup to cook. More villagers came to the square. They all added food to the pot. Soon they were good friends. The pot was full of meat, potatoes, and vegetables, and it smelt wonderful. The travellers and the villagers shared the soup, and they all enjoyed a wonderful meal.
Listening 91. Listen and read.
My favourite dish.
I'm Mehmet, and I'm from Turkey. Turkish food is delicious, and it's healthy too. We eat a lot of fresh vegetables, like peppers, onions, and aubergines. We also eat a lot of meat, lentils, beans, yogurt, and nuts. In the summer, the weather is very hot, so we often eat light meals with lots of vegetables and fruit. My favourite dish is kebab. It's a traditional Turkish dish, and it's traditional in lots of other countries too. You can have doner kebabs or shish kebabs. A doner kebab is meat cooked in a large block. You cut small pieces of meat from the block and put it in a piece of flat bread called a pita. A shish kebab is pieces of meat cooked on a stick. I usually put some tomatoes, onions, cucumber and yogurt in the pita with my meat. Kebabs are very tasty.
My name's Arisa. I'm from Thailand. At mealtimes, we eat soups, salads, curries and fried dishes. We usually have a dessert too. Some Thai dishes are very spicy. We sometimes have spicy food for breakfast too. I like curry and rice with an egg on top for breakfast. My favourite Thai dish is mango and sticky rice. It's a very sweet dish. You cook the rice with coconut milk and brown sugar. Then you make a sauce with more coconut milk and sugar. You put the rice and some fresh mango on a plate. Then you put some of the sauce on top. You can eat it hot or cold. I often make mango and sticky rice with my grandma. We eat it for dessert or for a treat on a hot day. It's delicious.